It's a common thing for churches to be pragmatic rather than aesthetic. I think one reason has to do with budget. Churches are often dealing with bare bones budgets. They have a hard time paying for the structures, for the programs, for the utilities, for the salaries. So if you add another 10, 12% to that which is artistic or musical, or adding another staff position, an art director for a church, it's like unheard of. No, we should do the things that are necessary. And having an art specialist on the staff of the church, that's completely unnecessary. Having a third custodian, now that's necessary. And perhaps we can think maybe a few more people can help with some of the custodial work in the church, and let's get somebody who really knows what they're doing to elevate the importance of art and beauty in the church, something that the community will notice. That's one reason, and I divert a little bit that way. I think another reason has to do, if I would talk about the American church, is that there's in many of the Protestant churches, in the free churches, there's this pioneer mentality, is that we have learned to be thrifty. Whether or not we have the money or not, we have learned to do with what we have. And simple is good enough. And in many respects, that's good stewardship. In some respects, it simply is too short-sighted. We need to see a bigger picture. If churches were more creative in how they thought about their purpose and their ministries, from children to youth to adults to senior citizens, if they were more creative and how they intersected with various segments in society, artists, business people, medical people, and artists help people and churches think creatively. If churches developed a much more creative mentality, many, many more would be reached in the community. And yet we all know churches, and I've served in churches, I probably said it the same way, is that, oh, we've never done it that way before. Now we're talking about mentality, not about budget, not about priority, but fear. Because when we make a change in a church, it's risk. And the definition of creativity is to take a risk. And churches don't like to take risks.